So today we're going to be talking about the order of things in a mathematical equation. It's called Pemdas, the order of operations. Make sure you have a pen or pencil and a notebook ready for this lesson before we get started. Have you ever thought about how the order of something in life really matters? I mean, think about this example. You take your toothbrush, you're about to brush your teeth, but you don't put any toothpaste on there. And you just brush, and then when you're finished, then you put the toothpaste on your brush and you just put it next to the sink and you walk away. That's crazy, right? You didn't actually brush your teeth. What's even more crazy? I've seen how the students like to eat white beans with bread. Well, what if you eat the white beans first and then you have the bread afterwards? That's just crazy, isn't it? The order that we do things in life really matters. So here's our do now, okay? Take a moment and see if you can answer this question. Pause the video and start it again when you're ready.
He's not joking. Stop the video and try it.
Okay, so if you look here, you could add first, then multiply, and the answer is 9. Or you could multiply first, then add, and the answer is 7. Is the answer 9 or 7? There are two possibilities. That's why the order of operations matters so much. So
Hey, it's my time to teach.
Ah!
All right, so now we're going to talk about Pemdas. So Pemdas is an acronym. P stands for parentheses. We do what's inside the parentheses first. E stands for exponents. We do our exponentiation second. M stands for multiplication. We do our multiplication next. D is division. We do division alongside multiplication at the same time. Then A stands for addition, and S stands for subtraction. Addition and subtraction we do at the same time. So there are some different ways you can remember Pemdas. These are known as mnemonics. They're easy ways for you to remember big chunks of information. So, Pemdas could also be abbreviated as, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Pretend every man dates a seahorse. Poached eggs make December a sensation. Provoked elves maim dangerous alligators severely. Parrots eat my donuts at solstice. So there are many different ways you can memorize this acronym.
Get out of here. Hold on. There's something you need to understand. So, a moment ago, Connor was saying that multiplication and division happen at the same time in Pemdas, and the addition and the subtraction happen at the same time in Pemdas. But what does that mean, at the same time? Well, when you have your math equation in front of you, when you get to the MD part of Pemdas, MD means you look at the beginning of the equation and you look from left to right going across, and that first thing that happens, if it's multiplication or division, it doesn't matter, that's the first thing you do because it comes first in the equation. Same thing with addition and subtraction. You do that last, but whether you do addition first or subtraction first, well, you go to the beginning of the equation and you go across, and whichever operation you see first, that is the first one you do. If you see subtraction at the beginning, you do subtraction first. You see addition in the beginning, you do addition first. Okay? But always parentheses first, then exponents, then multiplication and division going across, and then addition and subtraction going across. Let's look at a quick example just to make sure we're understanding that. Let's look at an example. 20 divided by 5 times 2.
Stop the video and try it.
If you get 2, the answer is wrong. Okay? Because when you look at the problem, you must go across. Dividing is first in this question, so I have to divide first. Even though Pemdas is MD, remember, I just go to the beginning and I do whatever comes first, multiplication or division. So it should be 20 divided by 5, which is 4, times 2, which is 8. So 8 is the correct answer. Let's do one more. In parentheses, 1 plus 4, end parentheses, times 3 plus 2. Try this on your own for a second and see what you get. Pause the video and start again when you're ready. Okay, if you got 25, you did the question wrong. If you got 17, you did it correctly. Now remember, with PEMDAS, P is parentheses, so the first thing I have to do is 1 plus 4, which is 5. Then I'm going to multiply by 3 because M and D would be the next part in the order of operations. So 5 times 3 is 15. And then the last thing would be addition, plus 2, that's 17. So, as you're starting these questions, I recommend writing PEMDAS up in the corner and then crossing off each letter.
Hey James, it's my time.
No!
So, as James was trying to say, you need to remember to cross PEMDAS off for each step as you complete it. So let's try with an example problem. 300 minus parentheses 4 times 2 squared plus 12 close parentheses. Now, try this example alone and pause the video and make sure that each step of PEMDAS is crossed off as you progress. Are you ready? All right, so the first thing we want to do, of course, is what's inside the parentheses. So we look at what's inside the parentheses and we have 4 times 2 squared plus 12. And then we look up at PEMDAS again and we realize that we need to do the exponentiation first. So 2 squared is 4. Then we do multiplication. So 4 times 4 is 16. Finally, we do addition, which is 16 plus 12, 28. And 300 minus 28 is 272. So next we're going to do PEMDAS within a fraction. So our numerator has 6 plus open parentheses 16 minus 4 close parentheses all over our denominator, which is open parentheses 2 squared plus 2 close parentheses minus 2. So what do you think we do first? Go ahead and try this on your own, pause the video, and we'll come back and solve it together. Alright, so for this problem, we can treat our numerator and our denominator like they are expressions enclosed in parentheses. So we have our parentheses within our parentheses of our numerator, 16 minus 4. 16 minus 4 is 12. Then we can add our 6, which gives it 18. Then we move to our denominator. We need to do our exponentiation within the parentheses first, which is 2 squared, giving us 4. We add 2, that becomes 6. Finally, we subtract 2, giving us 4 on the denominator. Now if we do 18 divided by 4, that becomes our simplified fraction. And if you want to simplify it even further, you can divide the denominator and the numerator by 2, giving us 9 over 2. Our final example is using PEMDAS with an unknown, x. So go ahead and use what we've learned from the order of operations to simplify this expression. First, we have to do exponentiation. There are no parentheses. 4 squared is 16. Then we just have addition and subtraction, so we have to go left to right. So it becomes x minus 3 plus negative 2, so it becomes x minus 5. Then x minus 5 plus 16 becomes x plus 11. Alright, so in conclusion, make sure to review PEMDAS with your favorite mnemonic. Mine is, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. You can choose something different.
And don't forget, your competencies are going to be tested when you get back to the school. PEMDAS is going to be one of the most important ones. You need it for everything in algebra. So make sure you get lots of practice on this topic.
And don't forget to add a private comment on the Google Classroom telling us what you thought of the video.
And don't forget that there is going to be a quiz available on the Google Classroom. You should go do it right now after this video and check out all the resources that are available.
And keep studying.
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 Keep studying.